Groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
Groovezada, Groovezada, Groovezada, Groovezada, Groovezada, Groovezada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, zada,
Groovezada, 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 groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, zada,
Groovezada, 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 groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, zada,
Groovezada, 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 groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, zada,
Groovezada, 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 groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada. Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
Zada, 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 zada,
Groovezada, groovezada, groovezada.
zada, zada, zada,
Groovezada, 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 groovezada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada, groovezada, ta 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 ta
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada, groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
ta 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 zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 ta 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 ta
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
ta 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 zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 ta 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 ta
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
ta 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 zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 ta 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 ta
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 zada,
groovezada, groovezada, groovezada,
ta 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 zada, zada,
groovezada, 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 groovezada,
zada, 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 ta 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 ta
groovezada, groovezada, Groovezada. 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 Groovezada.
Groovezada. Groovezada. Groovezada. Groovezada. Groovezada. Groovezada.
Groovezada. Groovezada. Groovezada.
Zada.
Groovezada. 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 Groovezada.
Zada. 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 Convidado, vai ter que apresentar em inglês.
Vai falar inglês.
Vai ter que apresentar em inglês.
Eu não vou abrir a minha boca agora no começo, tá?
Aí, quer me fuder.
Aí você dá o
Quer me
seu
fuder, me quis, né?
Ai.
Já começou já. Rapaziada, e aí? Tudo bom com vocês? Tudo na paz, tudo tranquilo?
O cara começa...
Estamos em mais um... Começa de qualquer jeito. É porque... Né,
Creminha, né?
Bruce Wayne não tá com a gente, aí o Natan a gente tem que chamar... A gente achou na rua ali o cara e teve que chamar aqui pra
de
operar o áudio e acontece essas coisas. E aí, rapaziada, tranquilidade, estamos em mais um episódio de Groovezada Podcast. Eu sou o Pablo Pacífico, pra quem não me conhece, esse é o meu mano.
Cadu Santos.
@PB_Pacífico e...
E eu sempre erro meu nome, né? Porque não é marca do Santos.
É verdade.
Cadu Amar, né?
Cadu Amar, um cara de amor, ó.
Ah.
Happy Valentine's Day. O cara love.
Hoje eu vi meio love, filho.
E... aproveita.
A arroba tá aparecendo aí na tela. Cadu, _Amar. @GrooveZadaCast em todas as redes sociais. @PB.
Segue nossas redes sociais. Aproveita, ó, tá aí de bobeira no nosso YouTube, se inscreve no canal. Se inscreve no canal pra ajudar nosso projeto. Estamos em 2025, daqui a pouquinho a gente bate um ano de canal.
Pô, caraca, é o primeiro convidado, tá? Do episódio. Do Groovezada?
Primeiro convidado do episódio.
Do episódio vai ser o primeiro, né? Vamos ser sinceros, do episódio sempre vai ser o primeiro. Mas assim, do podcast em 2025?
É verdade, é o primeiro convidado de 2025. Então, ó, aproveita, você que tá assistindo agora, você que tá assistindo depois também. Se inscreve no canal, curte, comenta, compartilha para ajudar o nosso projeto. Lembrando, o nosso projeto é um projeto independente, não tem patrocinadores, mas se você quiser patrocinar também, você não tem investidores, mas se quiser investir, tá aí. E estamos à mercê do mundão, tá ligado? E na selva. Então, se inscreve no canal. E falando nisso, a gente tá passando fome, né? Isso aqui é tudo
artificial,
é tudo IA. Você que tá vendo aí é tudo IA. Ok? Então, aproveita aí, faz o Pix. R$2, Pix R$2. pixgroovezada@gmail.com. pixgroovezada@gmail.com. Faz o Pix. R$2, tá? É isso, gente. E aí, Cadu? Tudo bom com você? Tudo certo? Wait a minute. Hoje a gente tá gringo.
Não.
Hoje a gente tá em inglês. Hoje vai ter um little papo.
Mano, hoje se eu broto em Los Angeles, o que eu faço a festa, o que eu faço a par em Los Angeles é brincadeira. Esquece, pai.
Hoje tá outro nível, rapaziada. Hoje tá outro nível. Uma novidade. Primeiro convidado... Internacional. Tô treinando.
Rapaziada, então, ó... Não, ó, ano que vem, ele vai voltar aqui. Ele vai voltar no Rio de Janeiro, que esse moleque gosta de um carnaval. Ele gosta de um carnaval. Ele gosta
de Brasil.
Ele gosta de um carnaval. Ele ama. Ele vai voltar aqui, nós vai estar como? Pique gringo. Vai estar pique gringo, confia. Então, ó, rapaziada, começando mais esse episódio, daquele jeitão, com ele, o homem, que veio diretamente de Los Angeles, entendeu? Pra trocar esse papinho com a gente aqui, falar muito sobre dança, falar muito sobre carreira, que pra você vai ser internacional, mas pra ele é nacional. Né? Tem que ter essa visão também.
Às vezes ele pensa, né? Gosto.
Ele que é designer de joia, então você que quer como? Andar, porra, trajado.
Aqui, ó. Andar com um negócio
trajado.
aqui, ó, diferenciado.
Tu quer andar
aqui,
trajado assim, igual o homem? Chama ele, tá ligado? Que o homem é brabo. As peças dele são raras.
Rara.
Entendeu? Já faz a piadinha ali com o nome da marca, né? Com vocês, Esai Ramirez.
Palmas. Primeiramente, agora vou também apresentar, né? Nossa tradutora de hoje, Mabi.
Oi.
Tá? Qual é o seu arroba?
@mabi.pbl.
Qualquer coisa tá aí na descrição também, então Então, ó, obrigado, Mabi, primeiramente, por ajudar a gente nesse momento.
De quê?
Nesse momento raro que a gente conseguiu oferecer aos seguidores.
Uma grande oportunidade. Obrigado pelo convite. Sempre uma honra.
Próxima que você vier vai ser com convidado. Sou dono. Eu falei.
É isso, né?
Pode ser dono.
E é isso também. Obrigado pela sua presença. Obrigado por esse momento nosso aqui, esse papinho aqui. A gente aproveitar bastante. E é isso. Eu tenho uma dúvida. Vou começar. Entende o nosso português tranquilamente?
Um pouco.
Um pouco.
Um pouco.
Habla espanhol também?
Sim.
Ok. De vez em quando eu vou lançar
Então,
um espanhol.
qualquer coisa, já vai no... Pero que sí, pero que no.
Um portunhol, né?
Portuñol, it works. I use it out here more in Rio, but it's still a work in progress. Like my Spanish is good, but it could be better. You know? But we practice, we learn.
Mabi, pode falar pra ele começar se apresentando, falar um pouco dele, falar um pouco sobre o que ele estuda, a trajetória dele, enfim.
Pra quem não conhece o Esai.
Okay, you can start introducing yourself and talking about your work.
Okay.
What you studied in dance, what is your specific studies.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
That's our camera.
That one's looking at me?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, my name's Esai. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm Mexican, Spanish. And yeah, I'm a dancer, choreographer, and I do jewelry as well, jewelry designer. So yeah, and I'm 31 years old, and I live in Pasadena, California. Praying for LA right now, a lot of things going on like around Pasadena, but yeah, that's me.
É isso. E como é que funciona pra você o seu primeiro contato com a dança, assim? Como é que foi pra você? É uma coisa mais familiar? A sua família já dançava? Ou, não sei, você tinha muita influência dos seus amigos? Como é que chegou a dança pra você, assim?
How was your first experience with dance? If your family used it to go to dance classes, you have some dancer in your family. How was this first side and the first experience? How it feels also.
How it started, like dancing, basically.
And also how you decided that you were going to use it as a work and not just some hobby and stuff.
I feel like it all started in high school, but for some reason, like in middle school, I couldn't help but to feel the music, and it just made me do something, feel something, and just dance. But I feel like in high school is where it really started. There was like a dance team, and I tried out for the dance team, and yeah, I think from there, I kind of was like, I was playing football and dancing at the same time. Football was mi vida. It was like, that was my whole life, And then dancing started coming about, and I'm like, I love both of these things. And then I got to college, and I had tried out for GRV. And once I joined GRV, it was like, my inspiration for dance was like, I love dance. Like, this is dope. This is what I love. And yeah, from there, I kind of started looking at it in a different way. Like, can I make this a career? Are we translating to all of this, or do I just keep talking?
You can keep talking.
Okay.
That's not a
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
Tem algumas
I'm
coisas que a gente
absorbing.
entende.
And I'm absorbing if I need to translate them.
Okay. I thought you were going to translate everything I'm saying, but yeah. So I started taking it more. I started looking at dance in a different light. Even though I enjoyed it so much, I knew that I wanted to do more with it. And then I started to get curious about choreography because I was dancing for GRV as a dancer, but then I was like, I want to make my own choreography, you know? And from there, I started choreographing, then I started teaching, and then I got this opportunity to go to China for a 3-month dance tour. And I was like, all right, I'm going to China for 3 months. And at the same time, I was in school. I was in college. And there was a break. I was like, go back to college or go on this China tour and dance. And I was like, oh, wow. And I asked my family too, like, well, what do you think? Like, is this a good move? Like, what do you think? And I was asking my friends and all that. But a lot of the responses was like, go dance. Like, you never know if you'll get the opportunity again. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And to be honest, I was resonating with that too. I feel like going to China, it was like, I was excited, you know? I was excited to expand my dance and be a choreographer, you know? At that time though, I was still kind of like fresh. I was still kind of like finding my groove. And so like the China trip definitely opened me up and helped me know who I am as a choreographer. And I asked myself a lot of questions, like when I get back, like what do I want to do? So after that, I auditioned for Movement Talent Agency. So it's a dance agency. So I was like, maybe I'll audition for like commercials, TV, and just audition and see what that's about. Maybe even go on tour with like another artist or something like that. But yeah, then I tried out for the agency and I was like, all right. So I think that was a cool moment because I was taking it a little bit further. There was GRV, dance team, right? Then I go on this tour, choreography job. Okay, cool. And then coming back to LA, I'm like, all right, let's make this a career. You know, like let's be with the agency, you know, like make this a full-time thing. Because I was teaching at the time, which is cool as well. But I'm like, if I'm gonna make this a career, then I'm gonna take on this agency side. So yeah, man, I feel like that point right there was like, okay, I'm gonna make this a career. You know, I'm gonna make this a thing. But at the same time, I feel like I was like 21, 22 when I like really took it on. But now, I mean, yeah, it was such a moment because I'm like, I didn't know I was gonna be a dancer. For my whole life, I thought I was gonna be like a professional football player, football. And yeah, God has different plans. And it's like, I trusted what was being handed to me and I flowed with life, however, what felt good, you know? And I felt like dance is like my thing. I love it. And I get to experience different cultures, you know? You don't need to know the same language to understand dance, right? It's like Brazil, China, Japan, like anywhere you can go and put on some music, we're vibing, you know, we're dancing. So I don't know, man, there's so many cool things about dance and it just called me. And so, yeah, I think that's what really, that's the little journey. My journey was like how dance started. So yeah.
It's kind of interesting because you didn't know at the time that this decision about China would be so important in your life, you know, to actually understand yourself and to like see yourself as a dancer and not just exactly this point of the question. Like, it's not just about a hobby. It's like you want to live, you have a life as a dancer. You know?
Exactly. And shout out to my friend Odin Rock. He's the one that took me on tour, Odin. He's the one that asked me to go on tour. He saw something in me that maybe I didn't even see or think I was ready for, but he was like, bro, like let's go. Like, I think you're amazing, and you know, we'll make this China trip work out, you know. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I can do this, you know. But Physical Poets was the name of the group, and Odin Rock started it out. He asked me to go on tour, so that was cool to see that someone believed in me as a choreographer. Yes. But and then it started like going up from there. So yeah, and then crazy, I didn't even know like it was gonna keep going, but just went with it. Life, man, life. You know.
Just gotta go traduz um pouco essa parte depois, porque eu acho que é até importante, sim, pra gente
Não,
ter...
então, é isso que eu ia falar, que o Nathan comentou. Porque a gente tá entendendo, mas talvez a audiência não esteja entendendo.
Pelo menos a minha ideia era traduzir, ter o trabalho de traduzir depois.
Então, qualquer coisa, eu acho que assim, eu posso traduzir alguns pontos importantes pra achar
acho
também aqui
acho
dentro.
que é importante, tipo assim...
Porque
Sim,
tem,
agora,
muitas,
né?
tem muitas coisas que talvez até a gente tá assistindo agora, é muito importante de ver, sabe? Escutar isso a parte principal, sabe?
Sim.
Do assunto.
Então pode falar.
Então, basicamente, ele começou, ele fazia faculdade, né? E teve um momento da vida dele em que ele fazia parte da dança e parte do futebol. E ele teve a oportunidade, em meio a essa utilização apenas como um hobby, apenas como uma atividade física também, de fazer uma viagem de estudo para a China por 3 meses. E foi o momento em que ele teve um ponto de decisão principal, né, para a dança. E como ele via a dança na vida dele, em relação a se ele queria manter uma carreira nisso ou se ia ser apenas uma experiência de tempo livre. E a família dele, os amigos dele, deram esse suporte de pensar também na questão de quando que a gente consegue ter uma oportunidade de ter estudo e ter acesso à dança desse jeito, de você conseguir ter 3 meses de estudo em um país diferente, uma cultura diferente, que você consegue também ter um autoconhecimento, né, melhor com relação à sua dança e o seu corpo. Então, ele está agradecendo também com relação a isso, sobre o quão importante foi não só essa decisão, o pensamento de conseguir largar também a faculdade no momento para conseguir ter esses 3 meses de estudo, mas também com relação ao suporte, sabe? Pessoas de proximidade, pessoas que também estavam na China, que deram suporte, conseguiram ver essa potência em que ele mesmo disse que no momento ele ainda não identificava, ele ainda não tinha uma certeza de qual era o tipo de corpo que ele gostaria de estudar dentro da dança. E graças a esse suporte, a esse apoio e a esse reconhecimento, de início ele conseguiu ter essa decisão mais firme dentro da cabeça dele.
Pode falar.
Não, eu ia falar que é importante falar disso também, porque aqui no Brasil a gente enfrenta mais ou menos isso também, né? Tipo, essa parada de muitas das vezes a pessoa tem que, no nosso caso, sei lá, quer fazer uma faculdade de dança, tem que focar ou na faculdade de dança ou em trabalho, tá ligado? Ou trabalha ou dança, ou tipo, ou vai seguir um outro tipo de carreira ou dança. E, tipo assim, muitas das vezes a gente perde muitas oportunidades de dança por conta disso, tá ligado? Tipo, de querer focar nessa outra área. E aí... Pergunta pra ele, Mabi, como é que foi, tipo assim, a cabeça dele, tipo, depois que ele voltou da China de fato, e ele pensou, tipo assim, tá, agora eu quero seguir isso como carreira, tipo, o que eu vou fazer agora? Qual é a primeira coisa que eu vou fazer pra eu seguir essa parada como carreira, tá ligado?
Okay. He's asking about, like, how did you feel and how was your mind, your thoughts about the dance and how it feels to you when you came back from China and you got it as your main decision to be a dancer. So how was your first thought about it? You thought, like, what can I do now? What's my first step to go as a dancer in my whole life?
I feel like when I got back to LA, I felt a really good energy. Because I was like, we just did the tour, like, I'm feeling good, you know, coming back to LA. But I knew the next step was to do an agency, for sure. Like, it's a cool way to find more opportunity, to get yourself out there. And to meet other choreographers, you're meeting other dancers, you're like, you know, I knew that was a step to take. But I also, at the same time, I wanted to be a teacher as well. So agency, teaching, and making those work, because at the end of the day, being in an agency, you're not always guaranteed these jobs. It's not always gonna work. It's gonna be up and down. And I knew that, but I didn't really experience it yet. So being in the agency, I got to audition. I booked some jobs. I didn't book some jobs. So throughout the whole time, it was like this. being in agencies now, I'm not gonna lie, being a working dancer is hard. It's a hard thing because there's so much competition out there. There's so many good dancers, especially nowadays. But I think the biggest part about being in an agency or being a working dancer is your mindset, because it could be defeating when you're not booking jobs, but you're an amazing dancer. You might not have a certain look. You know, I've seen that happen where there's amazing dancers, but they didn't book the job because they're too tall, too small. They don't have the look or the style, but they're amazing. And it's like, damn, like, why am I not booking a job, you know? So the agency field, I would say, is a thing to prepare your mind for, because it can go like this. That's why I always say, like, as a working dancer, you know, to find, like, other things that I guess you're good at, and to flow with that as well. But I think putting, like, dance on the forefront for sure is, like, a good thing. Put all your energy into it. But I think as I got older, I started to realize, like, having another thing, which is jewelry now, is cool. I can do both, you know. As dancers, like, we're artists, you know, so we can do more things. And I think that will help with your dance, you know. So I think solely focusing on dance is cool, and it works for some people, you know. But I think having, like, other artistic things around you will amplify your dance. That's just my point of view and my understanding when it comes to, like, putting dance as your job, you know. But yeah, to answer your question, like, coming back from China, it was my mindset was ready for anything. So agency, teaching, and I was just really motivated. And I think the mindset, I wanted to keep that going, you know? And I found that to be very important, taking care of yourself, you know, making sure you're eating right, making sure you're drinking water, making sure if you're gonna be a dancer, you gotta be physically fit, you know? Like, I started to care about myself to be the best dancer I could, you know? So coming back from China, I was, like, motivated. I was like, let's get this, let's work out, let's eat, let's audition, let's teach more, choreograph more. When I got back, I was like, I'm choreographing. I don't know, it was really cool, and I ended up booking some cool jobs. Like, I booked I never thought I would book a McDonald's commercial. I booked a commercial with Cloud. He's a b-boy, Cloud. He was, like, the director on that, but I got to work with some amazing dancers. But that was, like, my first big booking. I was like, ooh, McDonald's, like, that's dope. And I was, like, really motivated. So yeah, I was, yeah.
You were
so
on fire. Yeah.
Dude, it was such a time. It was such a time. Feels so long ago, but yeah. I didn't think I would switch into teaching, but, you know, the agency at that time of my life was really cool, and that helped me, like, flourish and become, like, a working dancer, you know? But yeah, that was the journey. That was the journey within that.
Bom, basicamente ele falou...
You have to translate the whole thing?
Yeah, but that's not a problem. That's not a problem.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Pronto. Bom, ele estava dizendo com relação a que ele foi logo de cara procurar agências, né? Foi também atrás dessa parte onde ele... Ih, vai virar papo extenso aqui, né? Vai virar. Mas foi atrás de agência também por conta dessa questão de a gente ter que levar a dança como um trabalho, né? Então, a gente precisa ter as oportunidades de trabalho. Então, ele foi através das agências, que, inclusive, é uma parte bem forte, né, dos Estados Unidos, isso. As agências de lá são muito, muito fortes, sempre estão se movimentando muito. Então, foi o ponto principal, assim, para ele conseguir também ter uma visão mais pé no chão com relação a como é a cena e a situação da dança, com relação a essas oportunidades e como você pode viver através disso, né? E um dos primeiros trabalhos dele foi com o McDonald's. E ele falou que, tipo assim, já foi uma experiência muito grande, porque, querendo ou não, também muda muito esse formato de modo de pensar de um dançarino que quer ser dançarino trabalhador, né? No caso. E que uma das coisas que diverge muito é com relação a pessoas que não conseguem, às vezes, entender o porquê que a dança delas não progride nessa parte mais do mercado, que é você precisar ter uma mente quase de empreendedorismo dentro da dança. Então, também com relação também a essa realidade que, querendo ou não, a gente tem perfis que são montados, né, para se você é magro, alto, você é melhor para esse tipo de performance, ou se você é de um jeito mais, você tem um cabelo colorido, até isso pode mudar as suas oportunidades de trabalho, se você vai conseguir entrar em um balé, se você vai conseguir fazer um clipe, qual é o tipo de trabalho que você vai conseguir.
Mas
Deixa só pra gente sair um pouco do papo de dança. Mabi, fala pra ele que a gente tem umas perguntinhas no chat que a gente vai ler agora.
Okay. We have some comments. They're starting. They have some questions for you.
Okay.
E aí, vai fugir um pouquinho do assunto de dança. Mas falaram assim, Mabi, pergunta pra ele pra qual time de futebol ele queria muito jogar. E pergunta também se ele
Brasileiro?
não quer vir jogar no Vasco um tempinho. Depois volta pra dança.
Foi inteligente, né? Engraçado. Quem deve ter comentado?
Quer ler a pergunta?
The question was...
Jonathan.
Good question.
The perfect question was, what soccer team did you ever thought about playing in? And if you would like to play in Vasco? I don't know if you know the soccer team, Vasco da Gama.
Who played on it? Who played on the team?
Lots of players.
They're from Rio or São Paulo?
Gente, eu sou péssima
Rio?
em futebol. Então, essa parte vocês vão ter que estar falando.
Natan.
Speak, Nathan.
Speak não.
Speak.
Of Brazil, Vasco da Gama.
Vasco da Gama.
Eu sou suspeita pra concordar
Vasco
disso,
da
porque,
Gama.
né?
Yes. If you consider to play again, come to Vasco.
Oh, I like that. To be honest, I'd be down to play for Brazil. You know why? Growing up, I would watch like Jogo Bonito when it's like Ronaldinho with like Ronaldo. Like Brazil inspired me when I was playing soccer, football. And man, I feel like at the time I was inspired by Brazil and Spain because I went to Spain to play for a little bit, like 3 weeks. It was a very small trip, but the biggest impact. Like Spain, I was like, Spain, Brazil. I'm like, but man, I think Real Madrid's my team right now, but I'd be down to play for Brazil for sure. You know, like just the energy out here. Football.
Vasco da Gama?
I gotta watch a game first.
Yeah.
I gotta watch a game first. That's his team. That's his team. I like that.
Não, mas fala, o Esai, ele tem uma carinha de vascaíno.
Tem nada,
Ele tem.
tem nada. Que
Yeah,
isso?
we
Não
will
fala
be
isso,
a
não.
Vasco fan.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I wanna see. I gotta
Eu
go
sou
to a game.
suspeita dessa pra falar, né? Porque aí eu vou falar o quê? Eu vou chamar ele pro Fluminense.
Aqui na mesa.
Aí,
Que eu amo meu Fluminense.
aí também.
Amo meu
pô,
Fluminense.
Aqui na
mas
mesa tem Flamengo
sei
também.
muito bem.
Tô-
Temos.
I went to a
torço pra
Fluminense
time
game.
dele.
I went to a Fluminense game.
Did you like?
Because I saw Marcelo. I had to see Marcelo.
There we go. You're in a.
He's a legend.
Yeah, you can
But dude,
play
the energy of being at a football game in Brazil, oh my God, everyone taking their shirts off, getting crazy. And I was like, yo, this is dope. This is dope.
Brazilian is different.
Oh man, bro, when it comes to football, Brazil, like, that's where it's at. The energy.
Os ares do Brasil pra
Yeah.
futebol é outro papo, né? Não
The
tem jeito.
energy, man. I love it. That's a good question. I like that.
I agree.
Gostou da
Because he
pergunta,
wants to,
então?
because it's his team. That's like,
Pronto, já tá no pergunta. Tem mais alguma pergunta?
Não, eu ia falar pra tu puxar o papinho do...
Ah, tá. É
Você
que...
ia falar da agência, né?
Eu ia falar que é muito engraçado o choque de cultura que existe entre as narrativas, a sua narrativa de Los Angeles e a nossa de brasileiro, como brasileiro, de que como a cultura e a dança é tratada totalmente de forma diferente, né? Porque, se eu não me engano, ele falou que ele entrou num grupo, numa crew, na faculdade, ou no colégio, não falou algo assim? Lá no começo?
Não, foi mais com relação
Não, ele falou... ele falou, na real, que ele começou... Que ele, tipo assim, teve esse impacto quando ele viu o GRV.
Isso, confundi com isso. Tá. Mas, enfim, de qualquer forma. E essa questão do agenciamento, né? Do agenciamento que aqui no Brasil don't have agência. Don't have.
The agency here is really
Yeah,
bad.
I've heard it's tough out here
Yeah.
to be a working dancer Brazilian,
It's
right?
kind of surviving, you know?
I honestly, it's kind of the same thing in LA when it comes to opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, so I can see it's hard being a dancer, man. That's why I said earlier having like other artistic avenues, I don't mean as a backup plan. I meant more for like expanding as an artist.
Yeah.
Because people sometimes put themselves in a box where it's like I'm a dancer.
Yes.
Just a dancer, you know?
Yeah.
But you can be a dancer, choreographer, teacher, or you can be like a tattoo artist. You can be making jewelry. You can do other stuff. And I feel like as you can be an actor, you know, like these are things that as a dancer you can be, you know? So I know in Brazil it is tough though, you know, like my friend Diego was telling me too, everything that, you know, it's hard out here. It's hard.
O brasileiro, ele já tem essa essência, essa raiz um pouco mais empreendedora. Então, acaba não sendo... A questão de multi-artista, de fazer várias funções, não é tão ruim aqui. Porque a gente já tem isso, né? Mesmo se a gente fosse pro CLT, a galera também é CLT e também já faz outras coisas. Mas o fato de que aqui realmente não tem um lugar que a gente consegue procurar pelos trabalhos mesmo. Não consegue...
Investimento, né? Sobre investimento mesmo.
Sim.
Não é só com relação a você buscar a oportunidade de aparecer, né?
Exatamente.
Vou traduzir primeiro essa parte também que ele falou, que é até algo bom pra gente conversar sobre, que é essa questão da gente ter realmente a parte em que você não é apenas só, eu vou apenas dançar, sabe? Eu vou apenas ter esse alimento artístico. Não, você pode, por exemplo, eles amassando a batatinha enquanto eu traduzo, né? Mas tudo bem. A SMR do Esai enquanto isso também. Que é exatamente alimentar toda a sua... o seu pensamento artístico em si, o seu espírito artístico. Porque, querendo ou não, a gente coloca o que a gente é, né? O que a gente vive dentro da nossa arte, né? E não à toa ele começou também os negócios com joias. E isso também não partiu só da parte que ele falou, eu vou conseguir um dinheiro com alguma coisa que eu faça. Não. É realmente você expandir seus meios artísticos. Então, fica aí também, né? Fica a dica. Não vamos abandonar todas as nossas esferas artísticas, né? E achar que se fechar apenas para dança vai ser algo totalmente saudável. Tanto para nossa criação, né? Para o nosso modo de utilizar a dança. Quanto várias outras formas.
Todos nós queremos viver só de dança, mas...
Quem dera fosse só isso, né?
Isso daí é uma parada que a gente sempre fala no podcast. E, inclusive, se você não sabe, é importante falar também que a Mabi, ela faz faculdade de dança. Né?
A FRJ aí.
A FRJ, então, assim, ela tem propriedade para falar também das paradas.
Vamos. Olhos para o FRJ, que, né? A gente precisa aí de uma valorização maior da dança em geral, mas a dança acadêmica aí, né? Na parte acadêmica da coisa, a gente precisa aí de um carinho.
Aí, tipo assim, resumindo o que o Pablo falou, que eu acho que é importante falar pra ele, é que a nossa situação aqui no Brasil é isso, tipo, por mais que a gente seja multiartista, a gente faça muita coisa, eu acho que essa problemática de não ter uma agência específica que faz esse intermédio de, tipo assim... Pô, tá tendo um trabalho ali. Pô, eu tenho meu artista tal, que ele combina com isso, então eu vou pegar esse trabalho, combinar com esse artista. Não ter esse intermédio dificulta muitas das vezes as pessoas continuarem a dançar e trabalhar com a dança.
Uma coisa voltada pra dança, né?
he's talking about like the difference and the shock that we have when we are like talking about this type of opportunity and this type of field, because you have a lot of agencies, you have a lot of opportunities that are actually organized for dancers, and here that's the main problem, because we don't have a agency that is also just for dancers.
Yeah,
you know,
specific. I
you
get
don't
you.
have, and also you don't have opportunities that are mainly for dancers or just dancers. So I think that's what we have as a problem, as the main problem to it.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. There's definitely more opportunity in Los Angeles for sure. In USA, you know, New York, stuff like that. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, because that's what we are talking about. Like that's not just about you having these opportunities. No? It's about how you organize it, how you can talk about it in an easy way, and not just, to be honest, a WhatsApp chat. You know, it's about you having some professional thought and professional way to work with it, and not just looking for dance and in a network like you chit chatting.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the professional part of it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Que bom, Felipe.
Pesou o clima.
Vamos falar do Vasco de novo.
Vamos falar do Vasco da Gama. Ó, agora a gente vai puxar um outro assunto. Mais uma vez o Cadu puxando assunto nada a ver com dança. O
E
Cadu
é bem
gosta
importante
disso, né?
também,
A galera tá percebendo, né? O padrão aqui.
Padrão. Porque a gente tem que falar de coisas que são mais importantes que dança, obviamente, né? Podcast de dança, mas também, pô, dança o tempo inteiro, chatão.
Pô, que isso.
Ó, pra você que ainda não entendeu, mesmo depois do homem falar 500 vezes, ele trabalha com joias também, ele é designer de joias. E assim, Mabi, tem um bagulho aqui, não sei se no Brasil, mas no RJ é bem forte, de que não pode usar dourado com prata. Né?
Para a gravação, deixa só o áudio.
Então, assim, pergunta pra ele o que ele, como, né, que ele tem propriedade pra falar disso, ele é designer de joias.
Cara, nossa.
Então, o que ele, como designer de joias, tem pra dizer sobre usar prata com dourado, sobre misturar corrente pra caralho?
Eu acho que
Fala pra ele.
é algo muito importante, que eu não sei se você tá... Foca em mim. Foca em mim. Eu acho que assim, eu sou uma pessoa que já recebeu também críticas sobre, tá? Então, dependendo da resposta dele, eu vou quase dar um grito nesse microfone. About jewelry in your business, what do you think about people that usually mix gold and silver and using a lot of jewelry? Like mixing everything, what do you think about it as a fashionist?
I love it because you know why? Because there's no rules to it. There's no rules. I think jewelry throughout a lot of the years has been like a certain way. This is why I love doing jewelry, because I mix gold, silver, but I think it's about researching and getting inspiration from, you know, different artists, Pinterest, you know, like going on different things to see how things may be styled. But stylizing is like muito importante, you know? It really is, because you start to try different things. And I think for me, it's fun to mix gold and silver, because no one usually does it. It's like, oh wow, like I've never seen that before. It's because I'm trying new things. It's important for my jewelry brand is like, it's rare, you know, that's the name of the brand. But it's to show things that you've never seen before, and it's like
Following the concept.
Mixing gold and silver is like, it's rare, you know. It's like, whoa, I've never seen that, you know. It's like mixing all the combos, you know, like mixing the gold and silver, you know, trying different things, maybe putting this one on that one, or switching it, putting this on that, checking it out, like, okay, cool. It's like you're creating these like little notes in your head about styles, you know, you're stylizing, you know, so it's fun. I think it's cool. I love like the mixed combos and the craziness of jewelry because there's no rules to it. Like,
be creative.
Yeah, there's been, like I said, there's been so many years
artistic.
Yeah, exactly. It's an artistic expression, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no rules to it. How do you say no rules? No rules.
Sem regras.
Sem regras.
Puxou um carioquês ainda.
Sem regras.
O homem tá carioca.
Puxou o carioquês.
Sem regras. Bom, como ele disse, cara, e Cadu disse também, a gente já falou aqui 1000 vezes que o nome é rare, né? Que significa raro. Então, ele fala que é realmente conseguir seguir esse conceito, assim, de você misturar, ser criativo, se sentir livre para também montar com as joias. E que é muito importante também você pesquisar sobre, assim como qualquer área de criatividade, você pesquisar, ver, se inspirar em outras pessoas que também trabalham com isso. E ver como você pode colocar isso de uma forma mais diferente, como depois você também pode trazer isso de uma forma mais autêntica para si. E ele diz que ele mesmo investe muito nessa mistura por conta exatamente do conceito da marca dele, que é você conseguir colocar essas misturas de uma forma mais que prenda os olhos do diferente, sabe? É basicamente isso.
Queria saber, falando de outfit e lifestyle também, né? Eu queria saber, para ele, a visão dele, né? Que tem essa perspectiva esse ponto de vista, eu vejo muito nas redes sociais dele, que é um pouco mais psicológica e também até, às vezes, espiritual, né? Aí eu queria saber dele como isso influencia na dança dele. Essa coisa do outfit, como ele disse, do mindset, da forma que ele enxerga as coisas e como isso pode influenciar como influencia na vida dele e também como isso influencia na vida dos outros, o que faz diferença, né?
Caraca, como pode, né? Da gente saiu do papo maluco do Cadu pra isso daí. É
por isso que a dupla
grande
existe,
Groovezada, é o grande Groovezada
cara,
funcionando. É o grande.
Eu sou usada.
But he's asking about like how does your dance comes affected with this type of mindset and also in a spiritual way that you have about the way that you're thinking about the self-care, about this wealth care, and how do you think it also affects your dance and the way you have it as about outfit, also lifestyle, and how you also talk about it and teach about it to other people?
That's such a good question. It's a really good question.
Aí, fala do homem. Fala do homem.
É o Groovezada.
How do you say it?
Talk about the question. Talk about the question for the homie. Talk.
I like that. That's a really important question, I feel like. Because, like I said, you know how when I was talking about, like, just dancing? Mm-hmm. But when you start to open up in every aspect of your life, everything, like, you can connect it back to dance, you know, if you want. I think why not? Because Sean Evaristo, he told me the coolest, dopest, like, real quote. He said, you live how you move, and you move how you live. It's basically saying you dance. Your dance is like your life, and your life is like your dance. Mm-hmm. So you imagine you're sad or you're mad, and, you know, you come to class, and there's, like an R&B song that's kind of, like, low vibes, and it's like you probably connect to it because of how you're feeling on the outside. So it's little things like that. But when it comes to a simple way to put it is everything is connected. It really is. You know, like when you start to revolve, Kobe Bryant said this too. It's like Kobe said, when you start to look and relate everything back to basketball, you start to connect things differently and look at things differently. Like, how is this going to make me a better basketball player or dancer? How is this going to make me a better dancer? Like, simple. Taking care of your mindset is, like, number one. Like, the number one thing. If you take care of your mind, bro, like, you can do anything. Yeah. Because this is where it all starts. It's like number one, bro. Like, master the mind. Master the mind means knowing how you work, knowing how you work, knowing how you work, knowing how she works, and not focusing too much on the outside. Like, what do they think of me? Like, no. You block all that out. You really tap in. Like, what does Esai think? What do I think? How do I think? You know, what do I need to work on? Like, asking yourself all these questions, bro, is like, the more questions you ask, the more you will understand about yourself. And the more you understand about yourself, the more clarity and the more strength you have with yourself. It's like, I know I can do this. I can do this for sure. I got this, you know, because you put so much thought and energy behind your craft, your mind, but then your dance, you start to put the energy feeding back into itself. Because we're trees. We're all trees. How are we watering our tree, our garden? This is your little things. I like this too. This concept is like, your life is like a garden, right? You want to pay attention to the whole garden as a whole, right? You want to water this, maybe cut the weeds, like making sure your garden's good. I think if your garden is good, everything flows, you know? It flows a little bit more, I don't want to say easier, but it flows in a way for you to understand it best.
Less complicated.
Yeah.
Not easier, but less complicated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You start to understand that life it can be up and down, but it's okay because you're taking care of your garden.
Yes.
You know? So, yeah, I think when it comes to like self-care, when I teach dance, like I'll somehow relate it back to life. Because you never know why someone's going to take class. It's like, so bringing that to attention is cool because why are we here? Why are we doing this podcast? Why are we dancing? Like, what's the intention? You know, like really when you come down to like what's the intention, you start to unlock like deeper things. It's like, why am I here? You know, like I want to train, I want to get better. Okay, cool. I want to help other dancers, you know? So yeah, I think when it comes down to intention, I think that's huge for me. And I try to express that in my classes as well, you know? So I think it's important, bro. Like that, like I said, it's an important question because not a lot of people talk about that. They're like, just dance, being the best dancer.
Yes.
But you want to be the best dancer, but how are you as a person, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I had this like two things. I have these two things. Sorry, there's a lot to translate, I know.
No, not that.
I have
Not
these
a
two
problem.
things. It's like, I started a program in Brazil. It's called Wave State. And for me, it was more than dance. It is more than dance. It's like, I try to help people understand their process. I'm giving whatever I've learned through my journey in Wave State. Because, like I said, it's bigger than dance. When you start to understand everything revolves around dance, you start to expand your mind more as an artist, as a person, your energy, all that. So I tell people, don't only show up as a dancer, show up with your energy as well. Understand your energy, you know? And I have these 3 like golden rules, you know, in Wave State. It's called be open, be curious, and be honest. Those 3 things will, I feel like if you walk into a room or you take life and you're like, you remember these 3 things, like be open, okay, cool, I'm open to being here right now, I'm open to whatever the teacher gives me. I'm gonna relate it back to dance. So like, you're taking from a teacher, right? Yeah. I'm gonna be open to whatever this teacher has to give me. I'm open, you know? Then when you're curious, is like, what more? I want more, you know? Like, mice. That's the curiosity, right?
It's really.
I try to add a little Portuguese here. Yeah, so when you're curious, you want more, right? And then the last one is be honest. Don't lie to yourself. Like, be okay with the result. If the result is good, okay. If the result is bad, okay. We're growing from it. Yeah. So these 3 things I like to express in my program, my classes, because I think it's important, you know, like that type of question is important, bro. So yeah, I think it's, for me, that's Esai. That's how I like teaching. That's what I like to give when I travel to Brazil. Like, I want to give energy, you know? I want to give real energy. Nothing fake. I'm not this huge choreographer where I'm like, oh, like, nah, whatever, like, yeah, I'm too cool. But, bro, like, it's all good, bro. Like, we're all family. We're all homies. Like,
no touching.
yeah, like, bro, it's like, it's not
touching, no approaching.
This is life. We only live one life. Why be on this high end of thinking? It's like, bro, like, come back to earth. We're all human. We're all dancers. We're all vibing, whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's really important for me. So yeah, and that all comes back to self-care. That's like how you take care of yourself, and then it'll show in your dance. So yeah, so it's a lot. But I love talking about this because, again, not a lot of people talk about it, or it's not talked about enough. But yeah, I think if dancers take care of themselves, it'll show in their dance. Exactly. You know, it'll show in their dance for sure. Exactly. You know, so I encourage all of you guys to take care of yourselves. You know, put in the energy into yourself, because that energy will come right back, and you'll manifest all the things that you want in life, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's dope. You know, self-care is dope. So
boa sorte.
Caraca, mano.
Eu acho que não é nem difícil de traduzir. Eu acho que é difícil de, tipo assim, conseguir processar tudo isso
muito.
De uma forma... Porque, querendo ou não, assim, eu tô traduzindo, mas eu também tô experienciando, sabe?
Sim.
E o papo do Esai é outra coisa, né? Tipo assim, eu acho que querendo ou não, é uma porrada pra todo mundo. Vocês já entenderam? Aí depois eu vou traduzir, porque, né? Mas é uma porrada muito grande, porque é a realidade que a gente precisa escutar, sabe? Muitas das vezes eu acho que é uma... Como eu falei há um tempo atrás, em uma das minhas conversas, assim, que é sobre você reafirmar todos os dias, sabe? É sobre você realmente, tipo assim, o nome é a definição de foco, sabe? É a definição de investimento e de dedicação à dança. E exatamente, agora começando já a traduzir o que ele falou, que é com relação a você cuidar de si, né? Você ter uma dedicação a você mesmo, porque, querendo ou não, assim como já virou um papo há uns minutos atrás, é você estar transmitindo o que você é, como você se sente, o que você está passando, como está o seu cuidado com você mesmo através da sua dança. E a metáfora que ele utilizou foi que a gente é como um jardim, né? Não é apenas uma árvore. Você tem vários pontos, você tem vários detalhes onde você deve cuidar e onde você deve ter atenção para, sabe? Às vezes você vai querer aparar uma parte do jardim, às vezes você vai querer regar mais uma parte do jardim, que é onde você quer que tenha esse florescimento maior. E então, é exatamente a gente lembrar dessa parte, não só esperar que as coisas aconteçam, sabe? Entender que o cuidado e que esse olhar mais realista desse foco é necessário. Porque, como artista, a gente sempre vai estar refletindo isso. E as 3 coisas que ele utiliza, assim, como também parte do programa que ele tem, que é o Wave State, que é com relação a você se autoconhecer, a você se sentir confortável para entender a sua performance, para você entender a sua dança, para você entender o seu processo criativo, que é você ser curioso sobre as coisas, você querer perguntar, querer se perguntar sobre por que eu tô aqui, o que eu quero fazer, como isso pode acontecer, ou todos esses tipos de perguntas que podem levar a alguma possibilidade de resposta, alguma possibilidade de criatividade, elas serem colocadas, você se sentir aberto também a novas experiências, que é o segundo ponto, que é você conseguir ter esse local onde você realmente se coloque aberto a, por exemplo, você se experienciar outras vertentes de dança, sabe? Você conseguir entender a corporeidade de outros dançarinos, você estar aberto para ler isso também e estar aberto também para colocar a sua corporeidade e conseguir, talvez, até mixar um pouco dessa corporeidade entre você e os outros dançarinos. E o outro é você ser honesto, é você ser realista, novamente, com relação ao que você está passando dentro da sua dança, o que você está passando dentro da sua vida, que é, ok, as coisas já estão acontecendo, como eu posso lidar com isso? Ou, ok, como eu vou aceitar ou não aceitar alguma situação, ou como eu vou transformar isso e como isso vai ser levado à minha dança. É exatamente você conseguir centralizar as coisas na dança, mas não se fechar apenas à dança. É você viver para a dança, mas você continuar exatamente vivendo. Acho que tá bom, né? Tá bom? Tá bom?
Tá bom, muito bom. Muito.
Ó, a partir de hoje tá contratado.
Gerar
Mais um muito trabalho aí usado.
That's cool, I like that.
A gente tem mais umas perguntas do chat, tá? Uma pergunta importante aqui, ó, da Júlia. Já pensou em desistir? E se sim, o que fez você continuar?
É uma boa pergunta, porque eu acho que
Tem a ver, né?
tem a ver bastante, né? Have you ever thought about just giving up about dancing? And how it was? How was your mindset about it? And how did you solve all the questions and just kept dancing?
Mm. There's been so many times where I've thought, like, am I supposed to be a dancer? Like, should I keep, like, because I had a serving job at the time. I worked at a restaurant, and it was good money, but I knew that's not what I want to do. But it was, it was bringing in money. But there's been so many times that thought has came across my head. So it's normal. It's normal. I feel like we ask ourselves these questions, but it's up to us to never give up. Never give up. Like, keep following that shit.
Olha pra câmera. Look at the
Never
camera.
give
Never
up.
give up.
So yeah, it's so important to like stay tapped into your goals, your vision, and never give up. Like, it's part of the process, So I think when you start to let the process excite you and not let it drain you, I think that's when it's like you're gonna get somewhere for sure. It's like if you want to give up and you're like, fuck, should I do this? Like it starts to weigh heavy on you, and it's like, damn, why aren't things happening? But I think that's when the excitement should like grab you a little bit. It's like, okay, what more? What else do I need to do? Like, maybe I should try this or try that, or maybe you got to experiment with different things that will elevate you and where you're trying to get. Because maybe you're trying the same things and it's just like this. Okay, what different things or what more can I do? And it's like, okay,
exponential, yeah.
Exactly. So I think exploring different avenues within your goals will just only help. It's only going to help. It's only going to add experience to yourself. So I think it's important to never give up, first of all, and to explore different things to elevate you. And yeah, like I said, that comes with your self-care, comes back to self-care, So I think this is normal to have these kinds of thoughts. It's just a matter of what you do to take action when it comes to your head. It's like, okay, it's coming to my head right now. How is this making me feel? Okay, cool. What do I need to do to get out of this funk?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I think it's normal.
To be honest, it actually really have a conversation about the program, the Wave Stay. Yeah, because I think it's also about being secure with your dance. So and that's your whole mindset,
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, I really, it's appreciate it.
Yeah, yo,
I
thank
really
you, thank you.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's I think that was my goal with
Yeah.
creating Wave State, is to inspire people to understand themselves and understanding their process and trying different things to elevate your life, your dance, and you as a person, you know?
Yeah.
So Wave State is dope. Like, I'm excited to, my goal is to like take it to different countries. Eventually, like at the end of, not at the end of it, but I want to go back to LA with it. But
Yeah.
I feel like Wave State is needed in different countries because some people they see Los Angeles from here,
Yeah, and think that
you know? So I want to bring genuine energy to the world, you know? And I started in Brazil, you know? So the people that took Wave State, y'all know. So I feel like energia não mente.
yeah.
It's energy doesn't lie, bro. So whoever was in my program was meant to be in my program, you know? I don't care if it was thousands of students. I don't care if it was one person or two people. As whoever was meant to be there was meant to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm trusting the process and I'm giving as much as I can, genuine energy. And I want to help people, you know, like I want to help people through dance, you know? And I think it's, it's cool because when those thoughts, remember that came to your mind as far as like, damn, should I be a dancer still? You know, my program was made to help people understand when those thoughts happen, how should I think about it instead of just going to, damn, like I'm gonna give up, you know, like maybe I'm not meant to be a dancer. It's like, no, like I can do this shit, you know, like I'm gonna do this, you know. So yeah, I think being invested in yourself and in your career is important, you know. I think it's important to take the necessary steps to make it work because nothing's impossible, you know. It's like if you want to do something, do it. Like it starts right here, you know. So yeah, I think dancers, like dancers are watching this, all dancers, like work on your mindset and I guarantee you can do anything, you know.
I have other important question.
Oh, otro mano.
O português não quer.
When Wave State come to Rio?
Yes, I was about to ask this.
It's in the works. It's in the works. I've mentioned it to Ollie, so we're gonna plan that for maybe 2025, maybe this year. So
Olha, você já tá entendendo. Você fala inglês, então olha só.
because I definitely want to bring it to Rio.
The spoiler.
It's a little hidden gem. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I definitely want to bring it to Rio. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Because
Yeah.
Rio has gave me so much, so I feel like I want to give back to Rio and again, like help y'all in any way that
Yes.
I can. I will, you know. So energy, no.
I feel like this episode is also a part of the Wave State, you know. Just about the conversation here.
Dude,
It's also
conversations.
about the Wave State. So.
Yeah, it's energy. You know, it's like this is what I love talking about, and I think it's genuine, and it just happened, right? This is the podcast, and like I don't know, whoever's watching, it could inspire them, you know. So yeah, I try to put that in the forefront of my teachings, and so I love talking about it. It's like that's why I created Wave Stays, because it excites me, you know, like the way I'm talking. I'm like, yo, it's because it's dope. It's dope. Mindset is dope. Like I feel like anyone you could do anything as long as you set your mind to it, you know. So
Yes.
yeah, it's dope. It's fun. It's fun. I like this stuff. So
Ô, Mavi, pergunta pra ele se ele tem uma referência, qual é a maior referência dele hoje dentro da dança?
About dancers that you have as reference, the ones that inspire you. Do you have some, and could you mention them?
yes.
And talk about also their dances, because I think that's a very important thing, because you might see their dance like different than the other people. So
Sean Evaristo, man. It's like he's like the guru. He's like the man. I feel like movement lifestyle has Sean Aristo is such a inspiration to me, and movement lifestyle and what he created. Movement lifestyle is like a garden. You know, it's like people get to go there from around the world to movement lifestyle. It's like, that's such a cool thing to me. And he's super genuine, and we've got to connect too. So I not only got to dance with Sean, but I have a relationship with Sean. So he's definitely like inspired me a lot when it comes to this dance thing. And I feel like it's cool. And on that journey as well, I got to work with Lyle Beniga. And he was one of my mentors as well. And he inspired me when it came to working hard. So yeah, that's another thing too, is like working hard, like putting that effort into your craft. I would say Sean, Lyle. I have a couple of favorite dancers, like Shea Lucaton. I don't know if that's how you say his last name, but Shea. He's from Amsterdam, but amazing dancer. The way he moves, he actually choreographed for all the Jungle videos.
Yes.
Jungle, man, amazing mover. I got to take his class, and that was such an experience. Yeah, I think growing up when I was in GRV, Bam Martin, John Ha. Yes. Bam Martin was actually my first class, so that was pretty crazy. And like, you can see a little inspiration in my style is like Bam Martin for sure. Yeah, I would say, yeah, those dancers really inspired me on my journey. Yeah, that's pretty much, you know. So.
Music band, Joe?
Huh?
Yeah.
The music band?
Yeah. You see their music videos. It's like all dancing.
Yeah. There's
Shay, yeah.
And there's a lot of good dancers in this club. Yeah.
They're all amazing. So I want to go to Amsterdam one day and just train, you know. So yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing dancers out there, and like they've inspired me in different ways, you know. Like I was saying, like breaking it down, like the whole Lyle and Sean, they inspire me in different ways, you know. So I think that's cool. Like grabbing inspiration here and there. Yes. Like, okay, cool. Maybe I don't need that, you know, it's all good. Just picking from other things.
Also, yeah.
Exploring, yeah. Actually, Sean had a program during the pandemic. It's called Self-Explore. And that was crazy. Like, literally self-explore. You're exploring yourself. And he really broke it down in such a way and asked these questions. And it was so cool. Like, man, that helped me a lot too. So that like I understood Sean a little bit more when it came to that and how he sees dance and how he sees the world. And I was like very intrigued. I was like, this is cool. I like Sean, you know, like I think he's amazing. So yeah. Another like small note too, like there could be amazing dancers, right? Amazing choreographers. But I think it's important to understand what they bring fully, you know? Yes. And I say that with, you know, respect and all, like, just being honest. But yeah, like, I don't know, I'm such a deep thinker, but yeah, all respect to all these choreographers, but I think it's important for choreographers to put intentional energy behind their teaching.
Yes.
And just like how they carry themselves. I think it's important to, because you have so many people taking your class, so I think it's important to understand what you're giving.
Yes. It's not about just a class. You
Exactly. So yeah, and you know, everyone's different. You know, I'm not perfect. You know, I think it's important to just understand what you're giving. You know, so that's why I think it's important to talk about these kinds of things. So yeah, just be intentional with who you're learning from. I would say, like, are they really giving you?
It's not just teaching; it's sharing.
Yes.
Also,
yes.
It's exchanging
energy. So, yeah, and just being aware of that, and just like, am I growing in their class? Like, what are they really giving me? So, I think it's important to understand who you're taking from. You know, like all respect. You know, so yeah.
Ainda.
Não, pô, ele...
Cara...
que ele falou do GRV, tipo... Não, Hoje eu tenho muitas inspirações Mas my biggest inspiration is Nick Joseph
Okay.
of JRV.
Yeah. He's
Não,
dope.
ele...
He's dope. He's crazy. He's so like on point.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Não tem como, filho. No, Nick Joseph, que isso? Tá maluco? É Nick Joseph, é Deus no céu e Nick Joseph na terra, pai. Não tem como.
That's dope.
Eu queria saber, mudando de assunto, né? Eu queria saber um pouco sobre o processo coreográfico dele. Porque ele realmente é focado mais em ser coreógrafo, né? Além de ser professor, ele gosta muito de ser coreógrafo. Aí eu queria saber como é esse processo criativo para ele, como é que funciona, quais métodos ele usa, técnicas, que se ele pode compartilhar isso também. Né?
Pera, eu esqueci. A gente acabou não traduzindo também a parte da pergunta, né?
Mas aí também...
Gente, você sabe inglês, né?
Se você não sabe inglês, aproveita e treina.
Pô, a gente tem aí...
É.
Não vou dar nome porque a gente tá sendo patrocinado, mas vários cursos de inglês.
Aproveita e treina. Bota aí tradução automática no YouTube.
É verdade, no YouTube tem tradução automática, deve funcionar.
Ih,
Acredito eu. Acredito eu.
Então, assim, se o YouTube estiver trabalhando... Mas, assim, não faça a live cair. Porque se você quiser fazer a live cair, eu vou ter que ser obrigado a falar que você está trabalhando. Você está trabalhando muito bem.
Bom, vou fazer a pergunta pra gente assim, manter essa dinâmica aqui. The next question is about your creative process and how you take about like how you start the movements, how you start about like also about music as a choreographer, because you're mainly a choreographer, not a teacher, right?
I would say
You're a bit of like a...
I'm both.
Yeah, you're both. You're always...
It's hard to like say exactly what I am. I just think choreography. I do choreography. I teach. So.
Yes, and more about that. How you decide and how you think about how your process.
Music, man. Music is the best. It's there's so much music out there. There's so much culture, right?
Yes.
Brazilian music. You got like LA hip hop music. Then you have like freaking bass from
reggaeton.
Yeah, reggaeton. Come on, man. Yes. Oh man. So music is so important to me because it's the energy, it's the vibe. It's like that's what creates the feeling. So I think the biggest inspiration for me when it came to music is a record label and show called Solection Radio. It's universal, but it started in LA by this guy named Joe K. And I went to a show, and I was like, Solection, crazy. So basically, what it is like a mix or a show of he's playing like 2 hours, 2 horas, and he's playing differente music, just different. And it's like he travels a lot, so he's bringing those sounds in one mix. And for me, like I'll just put it on, and I'll just move to it, freestyle, because it helps with your ear, like understanding music. It's like you're hearing different sounds, so it's expanding your music palette in a different way. It's like, so when you're taking class, it's like nothing sounds foreign. It's like you understand the music more, if that makes sense. So yeah, selection, hearing different types of music, I think is really good. Not just one. Like you're just listening to hip hop only, and it's like, what more? You gotta expand your ears and sounds, and movement to the bass, to the snares, to the slow music, to the fast. Like how are we moving to these different sounds? So music, man, is the best. It's like it's healing. It's exciting. It creates the in the Brazilian, it's like it creates the energy, right? Yes. Even when you're sad, you went through like a breakup or something, and it's like there's like Akon playing, just like so it's like just songs that like bring your energy to life in different ways, So I create like that. I feel like however I'm feeling, I will choreograph to that song because it's connecting a little bit more naturally. It's a natural connection. So when you have a natural connection, your choreography or dance movement will read clear. Because if you're feeling one way and you choreograph to something else that you're not really feeling, the connection, you're forcing the connection a little bit. You're pushing it. But when it comes natural and it's like natural feeling, it's easy. It's like easy to choreograph to. So that's what I base my choreography off. I'm like, what am I gonna choreograph to? I'll listen to it. Like, how is this making me feel? Okay, maybe next song.
Yes.
Boom, reggaeton. Nah, not right now. Okay, cool. R&B. Okay, cool. I'm feeling this. Then I'll start just moving to it. I'll choose a section of it. And for me, like, choosing a song is really important, but the section that you choose is important because for me, momentos is what really captures someone's attention. When they're like watching you dance and it's like this, it's like, that was dope, that was cool. But when it goes like, whoa, boom, boom, it's like these different types of movements in the music that you're capturing. It's like, it makes it interesting. It's like, wow, like that's crazy. That was dope, you know? So I think finding moments in songs, making sure the feeling matches up and making it intentional, like really diving deep into the music, like understanding if someone was singing or rapping, what would the visual look like? What would the dance look like? You know, it's like I try to match the sound with my dance like a puzzle piece, like try to match it perfect. So when someone hears that song, it's like they understand it. It's like on that snare, on that cat, it's like cat, you know? So creating that image for someone that's not a dancer is like they understand it because it matches, right? So yeah, I feel like those three things, you know? So the feeling, making sure the feeling's right, capturing the moments in the songs, and making sure the sounds match your movement or the sounds matching your movement. I would say those three things help for me. You know, that's my little strategy or when it comes to creating choreography.
Yes.
But yeah, being inspired, like letting whatever inspire you. If you're gonna create like a drawing, if you're gonna create whatever you're gonna create, make sure the feeling is there because it will naturally just connect, you know? So yeah, it's all in the feeling, it's all in the vibes, it's all in the music, the lighting, you know? So little details like the lighting. You put this purple lighting, creates the vibe. You put the food, creates the vibe. The drinks, you know, like you have these different types of things to create the vibe. So how can you put that in your choreography? What little details am I gonna put in my choreography to create this vibe, you know? I'm just hitting notes right now, hitting notes. Oh man, I love talking about this shit.
To be honest, I'm deep diving in this conversation.
But yeah, that's just my process. I believe everyone has their own process.
Yes.
So just understand what works best for you, roll with it, learn from it, grow from it, and yeah, let it just always come natural. I think when it's natural, it'll connect easier.
Yes.
Yeah, that
So,
comes with being honest.
It might be obvious, but it's really artistic of you. Because I think that's the main thing, like turning it into art. Like not forgetting that dance is art. You know, you're artistic. You're like bringing things. You're bringing feelings. You're bringing a spiritual way of feeling the music. And when you're like choosing, when you decide a music, decide this section, you're listening to it. You're feeling it in a way. And you have to like when I think about like choreography, and I think a lot about like you're actually kind of playing it with your body. So
experimenting.
Yes, and you're not just like listening to someone singing or listening to the beat and then going like trying to survive between it.
Yeah,
you know,
like force it. You're trying to force it. Yeah,
and you're like showing the way that you're listening, the way that you're feeling it. Like, okay, sometimes my people like, okay, I didn't listen to it. Oh God, there was this beat. I didn't listen to it. And you're like doing it with this power or with just a smooth way, but you put it in your dance, and people start to like look and to listen and to feel in a different way, in your way, and that grows something like really different. I don't know. That's the artistic way.
Yeah.
That's dance.
No,
that's dance fun.
Dude, it's taken so many years to understand this. Like I'm 31 now, so it's like I've went through experiences to help me think this way, to look at dance this way, because I've invested so much energy around dance. I invest it here, I bring it back to dance. Boom, dance. Like cooking, it's a dance, you know? So it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like I've invested so much energy and time when I knew like dance. I'm doing dance for sure. Like I said, I started to look at life and bring it back to dance. It's like, I don't know, I love it. It comes with so many things. Fashion comes with, you know, it's like music, the lighting. It's like dance is cultural. It's like dance is a lot. So it's inspired me to think like this and to put genuine thought into it when I create. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Galera, traduzir isso aqui tá sendo o meu maior desafio, mas a coisa mais prazerosa do mundo. De verdade, hein?
Os outros estão incríveis.
Caraca.
And you know where I study about yourself and your vibe? Wave stay.
Wave stay. Yo, it's real. It's real. Wave stay. I love that.
Wave stay sponsored by Groovezada.
Ô, tá maluco, filho? Pra você que não tá entendendo nada, vai ficar sem entender, porque a gente precisa otimizar o tempo.
Não, fala o principal, pelo menos, pra galera ter uma noção.
Basicamente, assim, falou muito essa parte com relação a você decidir a música, que é, querendo ou não, bem importante, mas não só isso, mas a parte em si que você mais sente da música, né? É você ter uma sessão principal em que você fala, ok, essa parte eu vou colocar o corpo e eu vou sentir ela e vou transmitir o que eu estou sentindo através dela e não forçar as coisas, sabe? Querendo ou não, como o papo está sempre sendo sobre, como você está se sentindo, o que está acontecendo agora com o seu eu, como você se sente, o que você está se conectando no momento. Poxa, eu estou escutando um reggaeton, o negócio no talo, estourando a beça e você não sentindo nada, sabe? Porque talvez você teve um dia merda, sabe? E aí você vai escutando uma musiquinha mais, né? Uma melodia, uma coisa mais, né? Sincera, um negócio bem... E vai tomando. E aí você escuta um R&Bzinho, aí você começa... ok, eu acho que eu tô sentindo, acho que isso tá entrando no corpo, sabe? E aí, através disso... coreografar realmente, se mover como você se sente, como a música também, de certa forma, pede, entre aspas, podemos dizer assim. É isso, galera, eu não vou estar traduzindo mais.
Puxando um outro assunto aqui que eu acho que é importante puxar também, que a gente acompanha muito o lado, tipo assim, muito positivo das coisas, né? Tipo, a grama do vizinho é sempre mais verde, né? Não tem jeito. E aí, agora falando um pouquinho da situação de Los Angeles, a gente sabe que, uma parada que tá acontecendo agora é essa tragédia que tá rolando em Los Angeles, que, tipo assim, isso afeta diretamente a comunidade dos dançarinos, com toda certeza, por conta de toda a situação que rola lá, até em questão política, social e econômica também. Mas... eu queria que ele falasse um pouco mais dessa mística de, tipo assim, do pessoal achar que Los Angeles é, tipo assim, tá ligado? Um mar de rosas que você vai chegar e você vai virar... e tu vai virar o melhor dançarino do mundo instantaneamente, tá ligado?
The next topic to talk about is more like this realistic way to live and understand LA. Because you're from there, and also about this political part that affects also dancers, affects people, affect lifestyles, about also these LA fires that are currently happening, and about this reality, that how you actually said about it, because people are always looking through phones and thinking like, oh, that's the best
Certain way,
yeah, that's the best field to a dancer. You have all the opportunities that you want, and that's not the truth, you know. So how you think it affects dancers, not just from there, and also people that go to there looking for these opportunities and looking for this field, this perfect field that aren't actually the truth?
I would say the only way is don't believe everything you see on Instagram, you know, like, or, you know, social media. It can be portrayed in one way. But I would say experience it for yourself, do some research, ask questions. But to be honest, when I talk about it, I feel like there's nothing to hide. It's just more of like, this is what it is. This is what it is, you know? So I would say experience it for yourself, ask questions, to maybe people that have been in LA, like, hey, what is this like? What is this like? Understand it more, and maybe as you keep asking, maybe even those same questions, you try to see if the answers kind of line up. Yeah. But I would say experience it for yourself. Like that's really the only way, is like truly experience it for yourself. And there is opportunity in LA, you know, there's lots of opportunities. I think it's just about putting yourself out there, but also putting yourself around the things that you want. You know, like if you want a certain job or if you want to book a certain tour, like take all the things that revolve around that. Be around those things that revolve around that. So yeah, there's cool opportunities in LA. I mean, that's, you know, I live there, so it's like I try to seek opportunity every day. So I think it just depends really on the person and what you want to put yourself around. But yeah, I would say experiencing it for yourself is the true like factor of like how something is. But like I said, ask questions, like do your research, but don't believe like the first thing that you see. Yeah. Like let it be a thought in the air, and then when you experience it or when you start to really gather more truth about it, then it's like, okay, I see. But yeah, I would say just don't be so quick to like believe everything. Ask questions, and do some research. But yeah, there's opportunity, you know, in LA. There's a lot of opportunity. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
And I keep like deep diving in the conversation again.
Because at the end of the day, like I have my point of view on it, and someone else has a different point of view of how Los Angeles is. So it's kind of hard to say like Los Angeles is like this, but I'm just saying my experience through Los Angeles, you know. So
different experiences in
different experiences,
places.
different ways to look at Los Angeles, you know. But Los Angeles is an inspirational place to be, for sure. There's so many dope artists, so many dope dancers, so much opportunity to get inspired. And yeah, it's like there's so much out there for people to do and for people to experience. Yeah, it's the melting pot. In New York and LA, it's like the melting pots of meeting new people, like getting different inspirations. Like I didn't know I was gonna do jewelry. Like I just was open to like another artistic avenue, and I was creating. It actually started from doing clothing, and so like you just never know what's gonna happen. But as long as you're open to it and you're trying to see like where you're headed, I think that's all that matters, isn't it? You know. So I think experiencing these LA, Los Angeles, I would say is like it could be a really cool thing, you know.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. Los Angeles. I'm grateful to live in Los Angeles, and I'm grateful for the inspiration that it's gave me, and I want to give that piece to people when I teach Wave State class. Like I want to give that energy when I go, you know, my experience through my classes and stuff like that. So
yes, and by now we are praying for LA because we know what's happening.
For real, it's a tragedy, man.
And to all
it's a
dancers that live there, and we know that the situation affects a lot.
yeah, my family was kind of close to the fire, so I was like out here like scared. I was worried. But I'm just praying for all the families and, you know, animals and Los Angeles in general, because that energy can weigh heavy, and I could feel it through social media. So I'm just praying for my family and friends out there and everyone in Los Angeles, and I pray that we stay strong and be a community, and you know, let's not let it get us down, and stay strong. That's all we can do right now, you know. So praying for Los Angeles for real.
É só pra contextualizar, né, pra galera que lá em Los Angeles, que tá acontecendo recentemente, muitas queimadas por questões ambientais, né?
Sim,
E o Los Angeles já tem muito esse problema mesmo, igual aqui com chuva, que fica tudo alagado, ou outras questões climáticas que existem pelo mundo. Então, tá acontecendo agora e as notícias estão aí, então fica ligado que... E também não acredite, como o Esai falou, não acredite em tudo que tá na internet. Então, fiquem ligados aí, que tá rolando.
Exatamente.
Rapaziada,
Quando ele chega pertinho assim no microfone, ele já sabe.
estamos chegando ao final do nosso queridíssimo episódio no podcast.
Primeiro episódio do ano e primeiro episódio do ano. Internacional.
Com o internacional.
O internacional.
Ele é tipo... Ele é tipo...
O gigante.
Ele é tipo um super-herói, tá ligado? O internacional.
Perfeito. Aproveita, ó, se inscreve no canal. Curte, comenta, compartilha. Siga nossas redes sociais de todos nós. Aqui também tá tudo na descrição. E é isso, rapaziada. Segue nós.
Ó, Fabi, explica pra ele que agora a gente vai chegar num quadro. Eu vou ter que mudar algumas paradinhas aqui, né? Porque a gente meio que já perguntou algumas coisas, mas esse daí eu me vi. A gente tá chegando num quadro agora, onde a gente vai fazer um bate-volta.
Como é que diz bate-volta em inglês, gente? Tipo, eu...
Cara, é tipo
Seria
o que você prefere?
Fast question. Não,
é tipo...
Seria tipo fuck, não?
Não, é tipo o que você prefere. Tipo, qual dos dois você prefere?
Eu acho que é um fast questions.
Pode ser também.
Fumando.
Vai tomando. Aí explicar pro homem também.
Explica aí.
Explicar pro homem. Essa última pergunta a gente vai fazer também. Mas... Explica pra ele que agora a gente vai ter um quadro, que a gente tá chegando ao final também do episódio. Entendeu? Que a gente vai ter um quadro de pergunta e resposta rápida.
To end the episode.
Também.
Ai, que é isso, gente?
Gente.
To end the episode, we're gonna have fast answering questions.
I like that.
This or that.
I like that. Okay.
Then we are gonna answer also this last question here. Okay?
Tá bom.
Okay.
Tá bom.
This and that?
This and that.
Claro.
Vamos lá. Let's talk about, Fabinho. Let's talk about.
Okay.
Tu gosta, né? Tu gosta de uma English, né?
Às vezes yes, às vezes no.
Às vezes maybe também. Esai, hip hop or reggaeton?
Ooh. Hip hop, for sure. That's the roots. Hip hop.
Teaching dancing or dance?
What is it?
Teaching dance or dance?
Teaching.
One favorite workshop or event?
That I've been to? Or watching?
Acho que tanto faz, né?
That's on you.
I admire Fair Play Dance Camp.
Yeah.
I eventually want to go. I want to experience it. I've heard so much about it. Maybe even teach. So, yeah, I would say Fair Play Dance Camp.
Agora tem uns aqui que, porra, vai também tomar no cu.
You got it.
Aí quer que eu falo tudo em inglês também? Já fiz metadinha, né? Metadinha tá bom. Porra, calma aí.
Pode falar, joga nos peitos da tua mãe
Mano,
também.
essa
Pode
daqui...
jogar.
É que essa daqui tem uma piada muito boa. Que só funciona em inglês, tá ligado? Eu podia fazer agora pra ele. Porque toda hora que o Fabinho pergunta assim... um job marcante. Eu penso no...
Ah, ok. Trabalho de soprar.
Trabalho de soprar é bom. Não aguento.
Mas me pergunta pra ele um trabalho que foi marcante pra ele.
The most important job that you have ever done.
Damn, making me dive deep right now. Dive deep. Job. Dang, there's so many cool moments. Damn, there's been so many cool moments. Rápido. I would say most important. Caralho.
É brasileiro.
Damn, there's been so many cool moments. I would say there's two that come to my mind. I would say assisting Lyle for his program when we went to China. I assisted him with my friend Dom, and that was a cool thing because I looked at Lyle as such an inspiration in my beginning of my dance journey because I would always watch his dance videos and I'm like, who is this guy? And so to assist him on his program in China was
Big meaning, yeah.
it was like it meant a lot to me. You know, I was like, damn, I got to assist like the choreographer that I look up to. So yeah, I feel like that moment was so cool to me. Yeah, and I was like inspired, you know. So it was a cool moment, you know, to work alongside your inspiration, you know. So yeah, that was cool. Shout out to you, Lyle, you know. So I appreciate you.
Mabi, defina sua dança em uma palavra.
Eita. Define your dance in one word. Just one.
Caralho is good.
I like that.
Vai ser isso, caralho.
Describe my dance in one word.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good question, bro. Good questions. I like this. It's making me dive deep. Damn, one word. Eclectic. Because I like to choreograph to different songs, different energies. Yeah. So I feel like eclectic. I would say eclectic. How do you say eclectic in Portuguese? Eclético.
Ele fala bem, né? O português do nada, né? Ele mete um pouco.
É tudo latino, é tudo latino.
Essa galera aí.
Essa galera que tá aqui, ó.
Latino cantor? Não. Esai.
Cara, essa viradinha.
O que é?
What's life?
Esai is not Esai without.
Shoot.
Without love.
Oh.
It's all love, baby. Todo amor. Todo amor.
Ok.
Uma vizinha, pra terminar, ó, estamos chegando ao fim, então assim, vai acabar, a gente só vai fazer uma perguntinha agora, a gente vai se despedir, então assim, muito obrigado por você que acompanhou até aqui, quem ainda não conhece nosso trabalho, pô, já tá na hora, segue a gente no Instagram, @cadu_amar, @pb_pacífico e @groovezadacast em todas as redes sociais, tá ok? Então, assim, pesquisa a gente lá. Não esquece que a gente tem o nosso Pix, então se você quer ajudar esse projeto, pixgroovezada@gmail.com, R$2 no Pix, vai ajudar a gente. E ó, se inscreve no canal, dá aquela moral. Já roubei o celular do Esai aqui pra poder se inscrever no canal, então ó, se inscreve aqui no canal.
É de graça.
É de graça,
de graça.
Não custa nada. Mas se quiser mandar os R$2 no Pix, pixgroovezada@gmail.com. Mavi, fala pra ele olhar pra câmera que ele tem ali e passar dicas que ele daria pra quem tá começando a trilhar o caminho na dança.
Okay. To finish the episode, you're gonna look to this camera here and say some tips for dancers that are starting their career now.
I would say be yourself. Like, there's nothing else you can be but yourself, and understand what it is that you want in your dance and in your life, and try to connect those two. And explore what works best for you, not anyone else, but what works best for you. And don't be scared to invest in yourself and really do what you're meant to do, you know, like explore dance and really just understand it the best you can and do it with love. At the end of the day, it's all love, and if you put your love into it, it'll read clear. So don't give up, work on your mindset, be open, be honest, be curious, and yeah, let it be natural, you know? So yeah, much love, todo amor, don't give up, follow your dreams, follow your goals, and you can manifest whatever you want. You can do this too. Much love. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, bro.
É isso, rapaziadinha.
Calma aí, cara. Pô,
Passadinha.
tô estressado. Mabi, fala pra ele que a gente tá muito agradecido de ter ele aqui no nosso podcast, que a gente agradece muito por ele ter vindo compartilhar um pouco da experiência dele, que isso é muito importante pra gente quanto cultura, ter acesso a uma pessoa que é de fora, ter um outro tipo de vivência, um outro tipo de olhar, um outro tipo de experiência pra passar pra gente. A gente tá agradecido de ter ele aqui no programa, no episódio. E, enfim, fica aí o convite para as próximas vezes que ele vier no Rio. Ele tá aqui presente com a gente, trocando uma ideia. E é isso.
We'd like to thank you, and we really appreciate your presence here. It's really important to share your point of view, you share your experience, talk about everything that you see, and you treat it as a dance, you know, because it's really important not just to you to experience it also, but to people here also understand other ways to see and to live dance. So yeah, we hope that when you're back here in Rio,
for sure, for absolutely, I feel like
again.
Brazil is like has my heart, you know. So I want to give as much as possible. You know, this is for all of us. You know, this is for all of us. So it's not just for me; it's for all of us to grow. You know. So I appreciate you guys for having me. I love conversations like this. It's always meaningful, and so I think that's dope to me. You know, that's like these conversations are important. You know, so I appreciate this podcast. So yeah, thank you guys. Obrigado, manos.
Obrigado. Mabi, agora vai terminar, que eu lembrei de uma parada. Que a gente já entrevistou lá no Beniga, né? E aí a gente tem que agora, a gente vai criar esse padrão. Que a gente fez ele falar uma frase. Você lembra bem qual é? A gente falou pra ele falar seguinte coisa: Groovezada ainda. Então pede pra ele olhar pra câmerazinha dele e falar Groovezada ainda.
Ok.
Groovezada ainda.
Aí tu sabe mais português que eu e dá entrevista aqui no meu lugar, né?
Look at the camera there again and then say Groovezada ainda.
Groovezada ainda.
Não tem jeito, é um homem.
Ele já é brasileiro, mas que tá rindo aqui, tá maluco.
Vai fazer
Acabou
entrevista
pra
aqui no meu lugar, né? Valeu, rapaziadinha. Muito obrigado pela presença. Tamo junto. Um tchauzinho ali pra câmera 2. Valeu e até a próxima. Quarta-feira tem mais, hein? Quarta-feira.